2011. It seems like 100 years ago, and at the same time, just the other day.
6 of us, theater professionals who had been in the business long enough to know better, decided the time was ripe to launch another Chicago storefront theater company.
The mission was simple: do the shows we wanted to do. Any show, any style, any period, any genre.
Bring the audience behind the scene and show them what it takes to put on a show.
Treat the artists, technicians, and designers with the same respect we would want, including paying them.
Those simple principles resulted in 8 seasons of shows that have ranged from the classic to the brand new, from the massive to the minimal, and from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Partnerships with theaters such as our artistic home, the Athenaeum, here in Chicago, and the Metropolis Performing Arts Center in Arlington Heights have allowed our shows to amuse, delight, and challenge audiences in both the city and the surrounding suburbs.
Along the way, we've garnered multiple Jeff Award recommendations, and some critics have said some very nice things about us. In all honesty, the fact that we made it through our first season, heck, our first show, had us feeling like Chicago storefront winners.
A lot has changed over these 8 seasons. Founding members have moved on. New members have joined. We've gotten a new logo.
New artistic direction, and with it, a new twist on an old principle.
To better connect and represent our Chicago theater community as a whole. So the look of our shows changed, and we launched new projects to make those connections.
And then 2020 hit, with the force of all its awfulness, and all our plans, like everyone else's, went, well... What were we going to do?
Well, if you're a theater company known for refusing to put themselves in a categorical box, you pivot. Like, massively.
Like Russ and Chandler.
We sat down, looked at the finances we had available, and decided to go old school. Forget live theater. Forget Zoom theater. We went back to the glory days of radio and decided to create 5.
Yes, 5.
Audio drama podcasts under the Eclectic Podcast Network banner.
But this pandemic has made all of us face the fact that many of the systems we've been operating in have, to be blunt, failed, and that we need to do better. So our podcasts all reflect that idea of failed systems, of fixing what's broken, and creating something better than getting back to normal.
We've gathered an incredibly eclectic group of writers and directors from all over the world to tell these stories.
But we can't fix broken systems while operating within them. Theater needs to do better in amplifying and representing everyone's voices. And so our commitment to that simple principle of respect is stronger than ever. This project ain't about us. It's about that community we happen to be lucky enough to be a part of.
So, all our new audio drama projects are written and directed by women, BIPOC, and LGBTQ+ artists, and the casts will reflect the diversity of those stories.
Great! So what are those stories? Well, joining our already running audio drama series, the hilarious parody of The Shadow, Throwing Shade, we bring you...
Bloody Bay, written by Mimi Monteith and Anne-Marie Shea, directed by Callie Wills, a hilarious spoof of murder mysteries. How far will a crime author go to get inspiration for her books?
Clusterfuck, written by Kemmer Cope and Logan Gilbert, directed by Emily Robinson Dykstra. Violet wants nothing more than to be a therapist so she can understand and help people. Only problem? She might just be a sociopath.
Deep Shadows, written by Aaron Mays and Colette Cullen, directed by Christina Cassano. Racism and corruption stand in the way of justice in the Windy City. Social worker Joelle attempts to change that while navigating her own personal crises.
Monocyte, written by Donaldson Cardenas and Nina Key, directed by Natividad Salgado. An homage to and parody of classic sci-fi. The crew of the GMC Monocyte travels the universe helping those in need, and the square-jawed captain has enough guns to ensure they take it.
The Half-Hour Audio Hour, a monthly anthology featuring a new playwright every episode, the most eclectic of them all.
Are we excited as hell about bringing together an international coalition of artists that tell their stories their way in their voices?
You bet your sweet bippy we are!
And we want you to be a part of it.
How, you ask? Well, you could make a one-time donation to our Kickstarter. Go to Kickstarter.com and search for Eclectic Full Contact Theatre to get some sweet swag. From shout-outs to merchandise to appearing in your favorite series, we have many ways of saying thank you.
Or you could become one of our Patreon patrons at patreon.com/EFCT. Your monthly pledge gets you access to behind-the-scenes content such as photos, videos, and blooper reels, as well as some more of that sweet, sweet merchandise.
You can also sponsor a series directly through our podcast hosting site, redcircle.com. 100% of that money raised goes to supplementing these projects, not into our pockets, so you know your donations are supporting the people who need it during this pandemic.
And they're tax deductible.
So hop on board this crazy 2020 train with us. The last 8 seasons have been a long, strange trip, but season 9 promises to be something special.
Be a part of it!